Hello and welcome. I am the Ancient Gamer, and it is time for MLB The Show 23. We all watched the intro once. Let's watch it together. After that, we always press advance.
Did you know baseball gave us jazz? No, I'm serious. Look it up. In 1912, a minor league pitcher had a pitch he called the jazz curve. Years later, jazz became the name for the style of music. But the music didn't stop there. Because we played play.
MLB The Show 23. Yes.
Satchel Paige, Jackie Robinson, Buck O'Neil, they wanted to play. And they did play.
And they did.
My Grammy Pat, she played to play. Back in the Bahamas on the sandlots, I played to play. And you better believe that we still play to play. So yeah, like I said, baseball gave us jazz.
MLB The Show 23. I am the Ancient Gamer. Welcome to the live stream. We all have to watch the intro at least once. Okay, so the goal tonight is to create a franchise, and then with a fantasy draft, and then after creating a franchise with a fantasy draft, to create two created players from scratch, one starting pitcher and one position player to be announced. I will be asking if anyone is welcome enough to join me in the chat box if you want to suggest what that other position is, starting pitcher and another position. You can suggest that position. Also, the names are up for grabs for both the starting pitcher and the position player. Also, the game, press any button to start. Also, the team that I use for the franchise is up to you guys. First thing and most important thing to do is to turn off the music selections so that we don't run into a copyright infringement problem. So that's one of the first things we have to do, is to turn off the music in the menu options. We're waiting for the system. Here we go. Still waiting for it to load in. Load up.
They call me modern trash. I am just a common fad. Wrote myself a letter for the gods. Now it's crumpled in the bottle. Took a while to start, like an engine in the winter time. Somehow I move forward.
It's taking its sweet time. Current code of conduct. Scroll to the bottom. Obviously press accept. Are you sure you want to accept? Pressing OK. Downloading and applying the latest live roster. Please wait. Live roster has been successfully applied. Press OK. Gold Legacy rewards. I'm assuming that since I pre-ordered the Captain Derek Jeter edition, these are some of the Gold Legacy rewards. Welcome back and thank you for playing. I get the compression sleeve, the gold baseball bat, Luis Robert Jr. We got a couple of a sponsorship and a ritual game face paint. So let's advance. Scouting report. Join the MLB The Show scouting report for access to exclusive monthly packs. Yeah, I don't think so. Not at this point. All right, so my favorite team in real life is the New York Yankees. The franchise that I create tonight may not be the New York Yankees. I'll be taking suggestions from the chat as far as which team I should use for a 162 game regular season in franchise mode. If you're in the chat box and you want to suggest a team for me to use, feel free to do so right now. This is basically casual, simulation, competitive, authentic MLB experience that traces to player, team, and ratings. Simulation. Let's do it. Veteran, a well-balanced starting difficulty suitable. I'm going to go all-star. A difficult gameplay experience is ideal for returning users looking for a challenge. Let's press it. Dynamic difficulty, we're going to go off. I like. Options Explorer, would you like to practice and select the gameplay options best for you? No. Okay, game modes. Oh, this looks cool. Game modes. Let's go to franchise. We're going to start new. We're going to use current rosters. Okay. Now, obviously, since I selected the New York Yankees as my favorite team, the system believes that I want to do a franchise with the New York Yankees, but that is not necessarily the case. I am the Ancient Gamer. Welcome to MLB The Show 23. We're starting up a franchise. Does the community here watching the live stream have any suggestions as far as which major league franchise should I use for my franchise? Right now, there are 3 people in the chat box. If you've got a suggestion, I'll take the first suggestion in the chat box as to which MLB team should I use for my franchise. Antonio Rivera, thank you for commenting. You want me to use Miami? So Miami it is. Let's do it. Let's find the Miami Marlins. Here we go. Miami it is. Let's go. Make profile, view roster, select all options button to advance. GM contracts on, fantasy draft on. I want to do a fantasy draft with the current and legendary players. Allow non-active free agents. Well, actually, something I need to do before I go any further. I actually have to sing Venus Unicorn. Greeting. It's been a while. It has been a while. Thank you for watching. I'm beginning MLB The Show 23. I'm starting up a franchise. I'm going to be creating 2 created players. I'm going to be looking for suggestions from the audience for what the names of those 2 players are. The 2 players, one of them is going to be a starting pitcher. The other one is going to be a random position. I'll also be asking for suggestions for that random position. But let's not get the cart before the horse. Let's start this up. CPU roster control off, trading on, ignore budgets off, force trades off, designated hitter on, extra inning runner off, absolutely off. Again, contracts on, fantasy draft on, allow non-active free agents. Allow non-active free agents. When on, non-active players for various leagues will be available to sign from the free agent pool. When on, yeah, let's put that on. Let's press advance. Sing Venus Unicorn says, from me, with the new game, we try to play Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights is cool game. Anything Batman related is very cool. Not a sponsor, but I love me some Batman. All right, so let's advance and see when the Miami Marlins get to pick 22nd. Okay, so we're going to press that button and look at some players. We got legendary players. Let's see, who do we want to pick? Hard to stay away from Mike Trout. Hard to stay away from Mike Trout. In fact, that's who we're starting our team with. Mike Trout, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, and captain of the World Series Baseball Classic. If you saw that final out in the WBC, let's advance. It was awesome to see Ohtani strike out Mike Trout to end the series. I kind of was hoping the USA would win, but hey, you can't have everything you want. Let's see, Mike Schmidt at third base. You know what? Let's go Mike Schmidt, third baseman. Draft Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt played in the 70s and 80s, 500 home run club for the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's rock this. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Miami Marlins is our franchise. Okay, so next pick. Let's see. We have, you know what? Derek Jeter's back in the game. Let's pick us some Derek Jeter. If you don't know who Derek Jeter is, you shouldn't be watching MLB The Show 23. No, I'm just kidding. Derek Jeter, New York Yankees Hall of Famer shortstop. Next pick. Let's see. Jacob deGrom is a good choice, but I'm going to look for somebody a little younger. Younger is nice. Hold on a second. These are all still... Oh. Let's stay in the 99s. Let's see. So we have a center fielder already. Honus Wagner. Mark McGwire. Maybe we'll go Mark McGwire. You know what? Why not? Let's get the roids on the team. Draft Mark McGwire, played for the Oakland Athletics and the St. Louis Cardinals, and at one time led the all of baseball with 70 home runs in 1998. Oh yeah, he might have been had a little testosterone boost, but we don't hold a grudge. Let's advance. Let's rock and roll. We're not going to do the whole draft, but I want to try to get as many players as possible. Let's go Lefty Grove, Justin Verlander, Willie Stargell, Satchel Paige. You know what? I'm going to stick it to, let's go Lefty Grove. He's 99 overall, and his age is 31. Press OK. And we're almost at that point where we're going to let this computer simulate the rest of the draft. Foster, Willie Starter, Satchel Paige. Actually, let's look. Pitcher, closing pitcher, catcher, first baseman. We already have Mark McGwire. Second baseman, Craig Biggio is a good choice. Paul Molitor, it's Mike Schmidt. Derek Jeter's at short. Byron Trout is in center field. Or you know what we're gonna pick? I don't know who we should pick. Any suggestions from the chat box as to who I should draft next? Maybe pick a catcher. Maybe Jorge Posada, switch hitting catcher for the New York Yankees during the dynasty run of the late 1990s. Then we also have maybe Craig Biggio, 3,000 hit club member. Michael Young, Ozzie Smith, Joe Carter. Joe Carter is, I like Joe Carter, but I don't know if I have the chutzpah to pick him. Let's see, you know what? We're going to go Rube Foster. Why the hell not? Nope. If we have a choice between two 40-year-olds, let's go Justin Verlander. Let's rock and roll. Okay. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to simulate the rest of the draft. Let the computer handle it from here, because why should we go round by round? Let's press the square button. Exit fantasy draft and auto draft the remaining rounds. Press OK. Auto drafting, please wait. Again, I am the Ancient Gamer, and this is MLB The Show 23, 4 days early. Thanks to the captain version, Derek Jeter's captain version. We got the game 4 days earlier on release. Coaching tasks, manual. Set lineups and rotations, absolutely, but keeping the coaching task manual. Scouting, I'm not all that interested in. I'm going to let it auto-manage. LFG, Mr. Outlander, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining. I'm going to ask some questions of the chat box very soon, so those of you, please stand by. Auto-manage. No, you know what? I don't want to auto-manage that. I want actually to manual the manager tasks. Okay, let's advance. Your goal in this mode is to develop your organization to elite status through scouting, training, and roster moves. Choose where you'd like to start for your first season. I am not starting in spring training. I'm going right to the regular season. Okay, so now, before we play our first game of the season with Justin Verlander on the mound for the Miami Marlins, we're going to create two players. Okay, so we're going to go to our... Actually, what do we do? Let's see, where is the calendar is here. We're going to look for, I'm looking for play next game, scouting, review, budget, trade talk, symptom. How do we get to, okay, how do we get to, let's go calendar. Nope, calendar is not what we're looking for. We're looking for the, roster options is what we're looking for. User set. Actually, you know what? First thing we need to do, since we're streaming, we need to go sounds of the show, jukebox, music editor, up on the top. Thank you, sir. Let's see, not the jukebox. We need to turn the music off. User settings, audio, video, commentary volume. We're going to turn that down because I do my own play-by-play. Okay. Player lock yells is off. Road to the show player yells volume, annoying. We need to turn the music off because you have to deal with copyright infringement whenever you play online games and you're streaming in case of monetization. Okay, but the rest of this we can keep on. Okay, so let's back that out. Now, presentation. Presentation mode, I like broadcast. Pitch selection cameras, I don't like the pitch selection cameras, honestly. Batter walk up, yes, yes, yes. Gameplay. Simulation, all-star hitting, all-star pitching, tutorials off, it's correct. Batting tips, off, 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 okay. That's difficulty. Let's check auto fielding off, auto throwing off, auto base running on, because listen, everybody's got their own little weaknesses when they play the game. I like to field, I like to hit, I do not like to run the bases, let the computer do that. Auto sliding on, infield jump reaction on, warm-up relievers off, because that's the 8 extra pitches a game. Auto defensive shift off, we don't want to do that. Control, base running analog, doesn't really matter. Hitting interface zone, timing. Direction, camera, PCI, and preset. Right, let's get this out of the way. Camera, hitting view, not catcher. Hitting view needs to be fisheye too. Pitching view needs to be from the pitcher's perspective. In play view offense. Dynamic is terrible. It's got to look like TV broadcast when you hit the ball. In play do defense. Defense, I like it medium because it's just faster paced that way. Vertical camera movement and horizontal camera movement, I'll leave standard because I don't honestly know what that means. Okay, so let's go with name the character Percules. Percules. All right, so Percules will be the pitcher's first name. What's the pitcher's last name? I'm creating two players. One of them is a starting pitcher. So we'll get to that in a second. Let's go apply changes. Percules will be his first name. All right, so hold on a second. Let's go. For those of you that want to make suggestions, Percules, what is the starting pitcher's last name? His first name is going to be Percules. Okay, let's go calendar. There it is. Roster. Haha, roster. All right, so here's what we do. When we're creating a player, we're going to go to the 40-man roster. That way we don't have to worry about him not being on the 40-man roster. Percules Jones is the name of the starting pitcher. The next thing I need to know is I need to know from the chat, the second created player that I'm making is a position player. What position should that player play? So first one, starting pitcher. What's first person to mention a position on the baseball diamond, that will be the player that second created player. So anyway, let's go 40-man roster. Let's go all the way to the bottom of the 40-man roster. Okay, so let's go. So we need shortstop, done deal. So it's going to be a starting pitcher and a shortstop. All right, so let's take a pitcher. Let's go Chris Stratton. No, Chris Stratton sounds like a real person. Sometimes when you pick a real person, it gives you some issues. Nick Whitgren is a real person. Johnny Brito sounds like a fake person. Let's see. Let's click it. Edit player. General. Yes, you know it's a fake player. I love it. So, first name. Percules. 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 No matching first name audio was found. Would you like to clear? Yes, I'd like to clear it. Okay, and last name is Jones. Jones. Okay. Matching was found. Yes, we're going to use it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is since his first name is Percules, I'm going to try to find Hercules as the audio. Let's see if we can find Hercules, because that'll be close enough. Let's try H. G, hippity. His home run. They don't have Hercules. That sucks. That sucks. Maybe Perk. Let's try Perk. Doesn't matter. We'll make it work, but that sucks. Okay, let's try H and see H for Hercules in the real names. Herschel, Harry, Harvey, Hayden, Heath, Henser, Herb. You know what? We'll put Herb Jones. We'll do it that way. Okay, age 25, preferred number. We're going to leave this for now so that we don't make ourselves crazy. The only thing that I will do for Percules Jones, our starting pitcher, is just make sure that he is a starting pitcher. Hold on. Starting pitcher. Two-way player, no. He throws right. He bats right. His region is international. I don't care. Contract will stay the way. Oh, can you change the contract? Oh, no, you can't. Okay. No big deal. And then physical attributes. We're going to fuck with his attributes. Excuse my language. Pitch types. 4-seam fastball, changeup, slider, 2-seamers. Good enough. Pitching. Stamina, 85. Pitching clutch, 85. If he's going to be a starting pitcher, we want him to be good. 85. 85. K per 9 innings, 85. 85. We're going to make one more player after this, a shortstop, and then maybe we've got enough time to jump into the actual gameplay. Velocity, 85. Control, 85. Break, 85. Okay, this is his next pitch. Next pitch will be an 80 across the board. 80. 80. 80. The slider will be a 75. Percules Jones has a good future ahead of him. Two-seam fastball, 70. 70. 70. Okay, and what we need to do is, let's back that out. Batting and fielding is important because potential, 99. Doesn't have to hit because the DH is in both. Plate vision, plate vision. Durability. We hate it when creative players get injured. Durability, 99. Speed, arm strength's fine. Arm accuracy is going to 75 in case he has to throw to first base. Fielding ability can stay the way it is. It's good the way it is. Okay. So I'm pressing accept changes and proceed. Okay. All right. So now, first thing we have to do is we have to elevate Percules Jones to the Major League Ball Club. Percules Jones is now an overall 99 with the potential of an A. Of course. Let's see. So press the button. Move to MLB. Are you sure you'd like to promote Percules Jones to the MLB team? Yes, I would. Pressing OK. All right. So now, 40-man roster. We need to find a shortstop on the 40-man roster. Okay, let's go. We'll look at this guy right here. Alex Binlayas. If he's a real person, which I'm not aware of, it won't allow me to change his name and his stats. But if he's fake, then we may be able to edit him. Okay, general. Perfect. Okay, so the Outlander show decided that he should be a shortstop. Is there anyone in the chat box, including the Outlander, that would like to pick the first name of this shortstop? I'll give you 30 seconds to pick it, to type it out. If otherwise, I will pick it myself. Going once. Going twice. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's pick Chris. Yes. Ramos. Chris Ramos. Oh, spelt it wrong. Spelt it wrong. Ramos. Yes, I'd like to update it. Chris Ramos, 22. Preferred number's 27. Too late, Mr. Outlander. Too late. Ha ha ha. Chris Ramos. Primary position will be shortstop. Secondary position will be first base and third base. No. He throws right. He bats left. He doesn't bat left. He bats switch. Oh, yeah. Region. East. Birthplace. I would say New York. Physical appearance. One thing I want to do is I want to change up just a couple of things about him. Skin tone is fine. Height is a little too tall. 5'10", 212 pounds. Body type buff. Neck size large. Arms beast. 75. Make those biceps big. Spine length, thighs, good enough thighs. We want the thighs to be thicker because he does squats. Okay. Head shape. Head size. Hair. Hairstyle. Shaved. Full bald. Haha, full bald. Makes you wonder where I'm getting this from. Full bald. Sideburn style. Full beard. We don't want a full beard. We want a scruffy goatee for now. Length. Stubble. Yes. Yes. We can always tweak more. This facial hair color. Let's get it down here to a lighter shade. Actually, we'll move it over here for some gray, because yours truly has a little gray in his goatees at this point. So, cheeks, eyes. Actually, let's lighten up the eyes a little bit. Eyebrows, we'll leave them alone for now. We don't have to go crazy. Physical appearance, back it out. Back it out. We'll deal with, let's do attributes, and then we'll get to the actual game itself. Potential, 99. Contact versus right, 85. Contact versus left, 85. Right-handed power, 85. Power versus lefties, 85. Bunting ability stays down there. Plate vision, 80. Plate discipline, 80. Batting clutch, 85. Durability, 99. The worst thing in the world is to create a player and then have him go down injured. Speed, arm strength, 75. Arm accuracy, 80. Reaction, 80. Fielding ability, 80. Stealing, base of aggressiveness, we'll keep them the same. So finish, accept changes and proceed, press OK. All right, so now we go back to the 40-man roster and we find Chris Ramos and we move him up to the major leagues. Are you sure you'd like to promote Chris Ramos to the MLB team? Yes, I am. Pressing OK. Beautiful. So now, next thing I need to do, I've created the two players. Thank you, those of you, for helping me create them. Let's press this. Let's do the lineups. Derek Jeter, Chris Taylor, Mike Trout, Mike Schmidt, Mark McGwire, Teoscar Hernandez, Mike Napoli, Greg Vaughn, Nick Fortes. First thing we need to do is we need to take Chris Ramos, put him at second base. Okay. Derek Jeter, Chris Ramos, Mike Trout, Mike Schmidt, Mark McGwire. Actually, yeah, good enough. That's right-handed pitching DH, left-handed pitching DH. Let's just move Chris Ramos into the starting lineup. And the lineup is set. Now we have to make sure that our pitching rotation is set. Percules Jones is going to take over for Michael Lorenzen. Okay, so this is the starting staff. Lorenzen, Diego Castillo, Lefty Grove is my closer. I love it. I love it. Greetings and salutations. Thank you for joining the live stream, George Santos. I appreciate it. Those of you that are unaware, this is the brand new game that came out 4 days early. It's MLB The Show 23. I'm having a ball. I'm setting up a franchise. The franchise is the Miami Marlins, which was a suggestion from the chat box. I just created two players, one starting pitcher and one shortstop, which is going to play second base because we drafted the legendary Derek Jeter. Unfortunately for Chris Ramos, Derek Jeter gets the nod at shortstop, so he'll play out of position. So anyway, that's starting rotation. Now, the way I play a franchise is I only pitch with the starting pitcher that was created, Percules Jones, and I simulate the other games. So since he is the number 5 starter, we're going to go to the calendar. We're going to look at, as you can see, this is March, 2 games in March down here. We're going to advance it to April and move up the box and find Percules Jones, Walker Buehler, Jeffrey Springs, Percules Jones. This is going to be the first game we play. Let's get this party started. Let's see. View organizations games. Minnesota, I'm assuming at Miami on April 3rd, 2023. Click it. Let's play the game. All preceding games will be simulated. Do you want to continue? Yes, I do. Warning, the Marlins have 28. I'll just say auto fix after active roster. AAA does not have 4 valid auto fix the lineups. Okay, I want to play first game, full game. Okay, here we go. It's in player 1 mode. Uniform home looks fine to me. Lone Depot Park in Miami, let's rock. Broadcast, regional theme, quick counts off, retractable roof open. The only thing is partly cloudy. I like to make it overcast because it's easier for me to see the ball when games are overcast. So sometimes I select that just for a matter of convenience. Okay, Percules Jones is our starting pitcher in the Miami Marlins rotation, our created player. Looks like people are tired, so maybe what I'll do is I will take somebody out. Let's see. Mike Napoli. What position does Mike Napoli play? He's a catcher and a left fielder, so maybe he'll play catcher. Nope, Nick Fortes is fine. Maybe he'll play left field. Let's go Mike Napoli for Greg Vaughn. Napoli, Vaughn, and we'll take Vaughn out, and we'll put Luke Voigt in as the DH, and we'll rock and roll for there. Let's just make sure that the lineup is set the way we want it. Good enough. Let's rock and roll. Oh, yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for some Major League action as the Minnesota Twins, 0-3 on the season, visit the Miami Marlins, who have started at 3-1 on this early April matchup. I am the Ancient Gamer. This is MLB The Show 23. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's lube up the instrument. Here we go. Rock and roll. All right. Minnesota Twins at the Miami Marlins. Percules Jones on the mound, making his first start of his career. And he will face Buck O'Neil. Okay, let's rock and roll. First pitch low and outside, ball one. Again, this season, so far, the Miami Marlins are 3-1. The Minnesota Twins have yet to secure a victory. Pitch high, but called a strike. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Just misses the outside corner. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. Out in front of the slider, swinging and miss. Count evens at 2-2. Game has just begun. We are in the top of the first. Pops it up. Mark McGuire over at first. He's big, he's tall, but he can catch those pop-ups. First out of the ball game. Lineup for the Twins: Buck O'Neil, Edgar Martinez, Jim Edmonds in center, George Springer, Taylor Ward, Alejandro Kirk behind the plate, Bill Mazeroski at second, Seiya Suzuki is the DH, and batting ninth and playing shortstop, the legendary Jackie Robinson. That is the lineup for the Minnesota Twins. Next up, Edgar Martinez. Edgar played third base and DH for the Seattle Mariners in the 1990s. Fastball is low, 96 on the radar gun. Ball one. Change up low, 2-0. Change up just finds the outside corner. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Slider misses. Hitters count 3-0. On deck is Jim Edmonds. Jim Edmonds played for the California Angels around the turn of the century. All-star, not a Hall of Famer, but definitely an all-star. High and deep, but foul down the left field line. Count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Martinez. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. There are 2 away. I don't know what he was looking at. First major league strikeout for Percules Jones. Next up, left-handed hitter Jim Edmonds. Chases a fastball off the plate. Strike 1. Out in front of the changeup, swinging and a miss. Count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. 8-time Gold Glove winner Jim Edmonds. You'd think that would be enough to get you into the Hall of Fame, but apparently not. And it is a lazy fly ball to left center field. Mike Napoli is under it, makes the catch to retire the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Percules. After half inning of play here in Miami, it is the Minnesota Twins nothing. The Miami Marlins coming to bat. This is MLB The Show 23. So on the mound is Chris Bassett, who last season was a 15-game winner in real baseball. This is a fictional franchise. I would assume that this is his first start of the season. Derek Jeter leads off for the Miami Marlins. Derek Jeter. Ball one. All right, so since this is the first game, I need to go into the settings and check the gameplay. All-star hitting difficulty, pitching difficulty all-star. That's somewhere in the middle. That's good for game number one. The problem is that I'm not liking the control, the hitting interface, timing, directional, zone. If it's timing, why did I was using the analog stick. Let's see, swing input, analog flick. There we go. Let's try analog flick. Let's see what happens. Apply changes. Okay, let's go. And it's a hard ground ball through the infield. A cafe au lait. It's first hit of the season for Derek Jeter, and he makes it all the way to second base. Look at that hustle. It is a lead-off double for Derek Jeter. Here's the replay. Smashes it, tries to cafe au lait it backhanded. Bad decision, and by the time they get the ball back in the infield, Jeter legs it out for a double. Runner in scoring position, nobody out for Chris Ramos. Do not like the batting stance for Chris Ramos, my created player. We'll have to change it. Swings at the sinking fastball, fouls it back, strike one. I need to change his batting stance to Orlando Cepeda. That is my preferred batting stance for a created player. Oh, that ball is high. It is deep. That ball is caught on the warning track. Tagging at second and heading to third is Jeter. And the Miami Marlins have a runner at third with less than 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Starting lineup for the Miami Marlins: Derek Jeter, Chris Ramos, Mike Trout, Mike Schmidt, Mark McGwire, Toscar Hernandez, Mike Napoli, Luke Voit is the DH, and batting ninth and playing catcher Nick Fortes. This is the lineup for the Miami Marlins in this fictional franchise. Mike Trout, so far this season, .389 hitter, 1 homer, 8 RBIs. The Miami Marlins are 3-1 to start the season. Those of you that are new to my franchises, did he check it? No, he did not. That's strike one. I usually create a starting pitcher, and I play the games that the starting pitcher pitches, which means I can get through a full 162-game season in about 33, 34 starts. Fouls off the sinker. Mike Trout is down 0-2 on the count. Again, runner at third is Derek Jeter. Deep fly ball could get us the first runner of the ball game. Just gets a piece to stay alive, and the count will remain 0-2. Goes out of his zone. Hacks at it. Should have been ball one, but the count will remain 0-2 on Trout. Inside, ball one. And that is a shallow fly ball to right. Will they test it? He's going. The throw to the plate is not in time. A sacrifice fly and an RBI for Mike Trout, and the Miami Marlins now lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Next up with 2 down, Mike Schmidt, 500 home run club, Hall of Famer, third baseman for the for the Philadelphia Phillies. And he hits a ground ball through his legs, up the middle, a 2-out single for Mike Schmidt. The game feels good. Game feels good. I like it. Next up, Mark McGwire. Mark McGwire doesn't look like that. We're going to have to change some things. And he fouls it up the first base line, out of play for strike one. It looks sort of like Mark McGwire, but I didn't like the batting stance. I think his batting stance was a little different than that. I'll have to tweak it. Quick throw to first. He's back. Runner leads off first. 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 Miami. Low and inside. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Mark McGwire in 1998 hit 70 home runs for, at that time, was a major league record. Fouls off the sinking fastball in on his hands. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes on McGwire. That was the chase between Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa for the home run record in a single season. Sammy finished with 66. Mark McGwire finished with 70, but then history tells us that Barry Bonds eclipsed him. Oh, swing and a miss. In on his hands. Struck him out swinging, and the side is retired. However, after 1 inning of play on a sacrifice fly by the Twins, trail 1-0 by having a brain fart. Anyway, top of the 2nd inning, George Springer steps up to the plate for the Minnesota Twins. Percules Jones sets and delivers. At the knees for strike 1. That's a line drive, just foul. Count is 0-2. George Springer in real life, if I'm not mistaken, plays for the Houston Astros, although he could be with a new team. Oh, that ball is high. It's got a chance. Back goes Trout. Looking up. Gone. This ball game is tied on what is probably the 2nd homer of the season for George Springer. Matt Somers, welcome to the live stream. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I like to play. I like to do play-by-play. Hopefully you can bear the sound of my voice. Let's watch the replay. Percules Jones gives up the dinger. 417 feet to, my goodness, left center field. So next up, with the tie ball game, Taylor Ward hitting 091 in this early April matchup. Slider off the plate, ball 1. In 2002, he hit 23 homers and 65 RBIs. Probably not for the Minnesota Twins because this is a fantasy draft. Pops it up, out of play. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Definitely enjoy your narration. Well, thank you, Mr. Summers. I do appreciate it. It's the game inside the game. I very much enjoy doing play-by-play. It's one of my passions from childhood. Check the swing, finds the outside corner. Count is 1-2. When I create players and the oh, that ball is high and deep and headed towards the right center field gap, and it will roll all the way to the wall. Trout gets it on a hop, throws it in, and it'll be a double. So just Percules Jones, the starter, here in the top of the 2nd inning, starts off with a home run and a double. Looking a little shaky here in his rookie debut. So next up, Alejandro Kirk hitting 182 on the season. Outside corner, strike 1. Alejandro, 14 homers, 63 RBIs last season. Backs him off the plate. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Alejandro Kirk, I believe, is the catcher, won a Silver Slugger award last year. Line drive, knocked down by Ramos at second. Fires, got him. Nice play by the second baseman, Chris Ramos. Gorgeous diving stop. Let's see the replay. Obviously, the runner at second moved to third, is now in scoring position. So he could score and take the lead for the Minnesota Twins without the benefit of a base hit. Let's see what they do. Bill Mazeroski, hitting 182 on the season, steps in. In there, strike one. Mazeroski, 187, no homers, 3 RBIs. This is game number 5 of the regular season. The Miami Marlins are 3-1. Line drive caught by Mike Schmidt, showing a Gold Glove over there at third base, and that's 2 away. And now the Twins will need a hit or an error to score that go-ahead run at third. Next up, Seiya Suzuki, 262 last year. 2 outs, runner at third here in the top of the second inning. Tie ball game. Percules Jones sets and delivers. 2-seam fastball low, ball 1. And it's a foul ball. Third base side out of play. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Suzuki. And it's a pop-up. Easy play for Mark McGwire at first to retire the side. So on the solo home run by George Springer, they tied the ball game. After 1.5 innings of play, it is the Twins 1 and the Marlins 1. This is MLB The Show 23. We go to the bottom of the second. Stepping up for the Miami Marlins, Toscar Hernandez, a homer and 3 RBIs in this young April season. And he fouls off the sinking fastball for strike 1. And that's a slow grounder, backhands across his body. Gorgeous play by the second baseman from the left field side. Bill Mazeroski showing why he is a Hall of Famer with his defense at second base. So 1 away, up steps Mike Napoli, who is in left field today. 333 average, no homers, 3 RBIs. Look at that beard, an impressive beard. Deep drive, but playable. In front of the warning track, center fielder Jim Edmonds makes the catch, 2 away.
Batting eighth, the designated hitter.
2 down, bases empty. Up steps Luke Voigt, getting his first at-bat of this young season here in the first week of April. Chris Bassett deals. Line drive foul off the net. Strike 1. Luke Voigt, the 2020 home run champion. That was the strike-shortened season due to COVID, keep in mind. Swings over the top of the sinking fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, the cutter, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Chris Bassett. At the end of 2 innings of play here in Miami, this ball game is tied. I am the Ancient Gamer. Welcome to the live stream. This is MLB The Show 23. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We go to the top of the third. Stepping up to the plate is the legendary Jackie Robinson. Played in the 1950s. Was the first African-American player to ascend to the major leagues, to break the color barrier. Bunting up third baseline, foul ball, strike 1. Misses outside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. And he pops it up. Percules Jones says, I got it. And he does for out number 1. Percules Jones. We need to do some tweaking of, that is my other created player. We got to tweak him. We got to make him taller and more muscular, I think. In any event, the lineup turns over for the Twins. Buck O'Neil, 0 for 1, popped out in the first. Steps in. Slider misses outside, ball 1. Inside corner, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to O'Neil. Obviously, O'Neil was a legendary player. I don't have a good memory of Buck O'Neil. I don't really know who he is, to be completely honest. Don't take away my MLB card, please. I apologize for my lack of knowledge. Pitches on the corner, count as 1 ball, 2 strikes to Buck. Strike 3 called. Thought it might have been high and tight. O'Neill does not like the call. Nevertheless, it is a strikeout. 2 away, bases empty for Edgar Martinez, who struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Line drive. Toscar Hernandez will not make the play. It will roll all the way to the wall. And it's going to be a 2-out double for Hernandez. So 2 quick outs for Percules, and that'll be Edgar's first double of the season. Here's the replay. Ouch. Didn't really approach it all that well. I was trying to cut it off to keep it to single, but to no avail. Bang. Next up, Jim Edmonds. Slider inside, ball 1. Jim Edmonds, 8-time Gold Glover, played for the Angels in the late 1990s. Perennial All-Star. I do not believe he was a Hall of Famer. Deep fly ball to right center field, but Napoli looks like he'll make it there to retire the side. So, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of, I would say, 2.5 innings of play. Tie ball game. This is MLB The Show 23. So, Nick Fortes, the number 9 hitter, steps in. He's the catcher today for the Miami Marlins. Sinking fastball in the dirt, ball 1. And that's a line drive up the middle. It is a leadoff single for Fortes. Nice piece of hitting. Good way to start out the top of the, check that, the bottom of the 3rd inning. Ouch. Love it. Love it. So the lineup turns over for the Marlins. Up is Derek Jeter, Hall of Famer, 3,000 hit club. And he pulls it, but foul. Strike 1. Nice to see Derek Jeter back in the game. That's the spitting image of Derek Jeter. In real life, I'm a New York Yankees fan. I was a fan of Derek Jeter when he played for the Yankees, won 5 championships. Just got a piece of the 94-mile-an-hour fastball, jammed him in on his hands, count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on the captain. And that's another roller up the middle, diving and through. So 2 leadoff hits here in the bottom of the 3rd inning for Miami, and they are threatening to break this 1-1 tie. Here's the replay. Looked like he jammed them. Dive, but to no avail. Love Jeter. This is a cool roster. I think it's pretty good. Chris Ramos, my created player, steps up. 2 on, nobody out. And he pulls it, but foul. Ramos is 0 for 1. Flew out in the first. And he hits a deep fly ball to center, but in front of the warning track, Edmonds makes the catch, tagging at second and advancing to third. Throw to third is not in time. So he moves the runner into scoring position. So with 1 out, there'll be runners at first and third for Miami. Up steps Mike Trout. He has 9 RBIs. He had a sacrifice fly in the first inning to get Miami to a 1-0 lead. Another opportunity for an RBI here in April. Out in front of the sinker, swinging to miss, strike 1. A little anxious. Fastball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Mike Trout is a surefire Hall of Famer. If he's not one already, he will be someday. And that's a hard ground ball off of his glove. Out at second is fielder's choice. It'll be an RBI fielder's choice, and the Miami Marlins take a 2-1 lead. Oh yeah! So with runner at first, which is Mike Trout, and 2 away, up steps Mike Schmidt. Chokes him in on his hands, swinging him as strike 1. Just gets a piece of that fastball on the outside corner. Count is 0-2 on Schmidt. Fastball high and outside. Count is 1-2. So it's a 2-1 Miami lead here in the bottom of the third. This is Percules Jones' first start of his season and his career. Quick throw to first. He's back. And he chases the ball up in his eyes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, side retired. But they do score a run on a fielder's choice. And at the end of 3, it's the Miami Marlins 2, the Minnesota Twins 1. This is MLB The Show 23. We go to the top of the 4th. George Springer, who had a solo home run in his last at-bat, steps up to the plate. Got to be a little more careful with what I throw to him. Inside corner, strike 1. Just gets a piece of the changeup. Count is quickly 0 balls and 2 strikes on Springer. Just gets a piece of that slider to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. Thank you for watching the live stream. This is MLB The Show 23, 4 days early. Fouls it back to the screen. Count remains 0-2. I plan to play every start of Percules Jones. I should be able to get through a full 162-game season in about 35 starts. Grounder to second. Ramos fields, throws, pulls him off the bag. That should be an E4. And it is. Rookie mistake. Ouch. Here's the replay. You have plenty of time. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, terrible. Next up, Taylor Ward, who had a hit in his first at-bat. Slider misses. Ball 1. 2-1 lead for Miami here in Miami. I don't know the name of the ballpark yet. You'll have to excuse me. Slider misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. So, runner at first is the tying run here in the top of the 4th. Grounded, foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jams him, fouls it back. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, runner at first, nobody out here in the 4th. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with the heater. And there's 1 away. Watch the replay. Couldn't catch up. So, next up, Alejandro Kirk, 0 for 1. At the knees, 4, strike 1. Alejandro grounded out in the second. He is 0 for 1. Just misses the top of the zone. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside 2-1. Grounded, foul. Just foul. Almost had himself a double down the third base line by, what, a foot? So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Percules Jones up to 53 pitches here in the top of the 4th. And he just gets a piece of the slider, fouls it back to the screen. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, runner at first, 1 away. Oh, that just missed. And Percules does not like the call. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pops it up down the right field line, out of play. Count will remain full. Oh, it's just cafe au lait. Runner will go to third. Oh, so it's first and third with 1 out. Tying run 90 feet away. Let's look at this again. I guess the scores table will probably give him a hit. So Bill Mazeroski, who was never known to be a strong hitter, mostly known for his defense in the 1950s, steps up, but he doesn't need to get a hit to tie this ballgame at 2. Let's see what happens. Inside corner, strike 1. I am the Ancient Gamer. This is MLB The Show 23, 4 days early. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I do play-by-play. Fouls it back, count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. And Percules needs a strikeout or a double play. Let's see if he can get what he needs. Sets and delivers. Pops it up high and deep, but foul. Down the left field line, out of play. Count will remain 0-2. Pops it up near the dugout. Mike Schmidt is over there and cannot make the catch. In the camera well on the first base line. The at-bat will continue. Pitch is high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he fouls it, and it's a battle. Battle between Bill Mazeroski and Percules Jones, rookie pitcher making his major league debut. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. There's 2 away. And he strands that runner at third. And now for them to tie the ball game, they'll need a hit or an error. Let's see the replay. High and tight. No, you know what? That was right down the middle. That was right down the middle. So it'll take a hit or a misplay. Suzuki's up there. He's 0 for 1. Runners at first and third. In there, strike 1. Popped out in the second. Oh, in the dirt, popped up. Throws to second. Oh, he almost throws it away. So on the pass ball, nope, scores decision is a wild pitch. On the wild pitch, the runner at first moves into scoring position. So now a single could score the tying run and the go-ahead run. Here with 2 outs for the Twins. So let's see what happens. Swing and a miss, the 2-seam fastball in under his hands. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Jones is 1 strike away from getting out of this jam. And he fouls it down the right field line, out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to Suzuki. That's a line drive, and it's going to dunk in there for a hit. The throw to the plate. Trout up the line. It's a 2-run single with 2 outs. And the Minnesota Twins take a 3-2 advantage here at the top of the 4th inning. Here's the replay. Ouch. Ouch. Frustrating. Number 9 hitter Jackie Robinson steps up. He is 0 for 1. So we got a runner at first, still 2 away. And it's a lazy fly ball to shallow center. Trout is there to retire the side. However, a 2-out, 2-run single by Suzuki gives the Minnesota Twins a 3-2 advantage. This is MLB The Show 23. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Up steps Mark McGwire.
The
First baseman, Mark McGwire. Big Red Machine. Well, I don't think they ever called him that. And that's a fly ball to left. Left center. There is the fielder. One pitch, one away. Here in the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting, right fielder.
Toscar Hernandez is 0 for 1. 4 for 17 on the season. Swing and a miss at the inside fastball. Strike one. In his last 4 games, he's had 2 doubles and 4 RBIs. Been productive. Swing and a miss at the sinking fastball. Count quickly. No balls and 2 strikes on Hernandez. And Bassett looks good. Looks sharp here in the bottom of the fourth. And maybe I spoke too soon. Oh no, it stays up there, hangs up there for the center fielder for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the fourth. With bases empty, up steps Mike Napoli, who's 5 for 16 on the season. That's a .313 average. 0 for 1 today. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo off the foul pole, and this ball game is tied at 3. Oh yeah! Ha 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 ha! Mike Napoli's first homer of the campaign. Let's watch the replay. Bang! Ha 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 ha! Doink! Got to put the water down. Here comes next pitch to Luke Voit, and that ball is deep. It's got a chance, back to the track, looking up. It's back to back and belly to belly. And they now take the lead 4-3 on Luke Voigt's, I believe, first home run of the season. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's watch this replay. Line drive. Bang. 4-3 advantage for the Miami Marlins. Next up, Nick Fortes. Had a hit in his first at-bat. Chases a fastball off the plate. Strike one. So I said that Chris Bassett looked sharp. I obviously spoke too soon. He's opened the floodgates for back-to-back homers here with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Oh, high and deep but foul. Was he making a bid for 3 back-to-back-to-back? I should only be so lucky. Count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Fortes. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out, side retired, but again, back-to-back homers. At the end of 4 innings of play, it's the Marlins 4 and the Twins 3. This is MLB The Show 23. Bang. So we go to the top of the 5th inning. Up steps Buck O'Neil, who's 0 for 2 today. Percules Jones is still out there. I'm sure since this is his debut start, the manager would like to get him a win. Looked outside, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is 0 balls and 1 strike. In there, strike 2. Count is 0-2. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Buck O'Neil. You're out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. Let's watch the replay. Terrible angle. Anytime you want to see a strikeout, you want to see it from this perspective. There we go. That's the correct angle. So 1 down, up steps Edgar Martinez. And that's a bloop over the... Oh, nice catch by the captain. And there are 2 away. I thought for sure that was going to find no man's land in short left field. But the captain used his range to make a over-the-shoulder catch for out number 2. Next up, Jim Edmonds, who's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. So 4-3 lead for Miami Marlins.
Nope.
Fastball misses outside, ball 1. 18-year career for Jim Edmonds. Will have a magical 19th. Oh no! Oh no! Chris Ramos misplayed that ball in short right field. Are they going to give him a hit? I think they're going to give him a hit. That's generous. That is generous. 2-out hit for Jim Edmonds. Up steps George Springer, who's 1 for 2 with a home run in this ball game. At the knees for strike 1.
Nope.
Just misses the inside corner according to the home plate umpire. Count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. The umpire froze and looked back at the ump and said, "Are you kidding me?" Pops it up down the right field line, slicing, out of play. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to George. Pops it up, out of play. The at-bat will continue. Just gets a piece of the changeup to stay alive. So 2 outs, runner at first, 4-3 lead for Miami here in this matchup in Miami, Florida. Grounder, Schmidt fires, got him, side retired. So after 4.5, it's 4-3. Miami Marlins lead. I am the Ancient Gamer. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to like. Thank you for watching. So we go to the bottom of the 5th.
Shortstop.
Derek Jeter steps in for at-bat number 3. He's 2 for 2 today. Jeter is 2 for 2. Pitches high and tight, ball 1. Derek Jeter, an all-star, and the All-Star Game MVP in the year 2000, Y2K. And he swings and misses at the sinking fastball. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Line drive foul. Strike number 2. Last inning, Chris Bassett gave up back-to-back solo home runs. Checked his swing, pitches high, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I wonder how much longer the manager will keep him out there. And he chokes him, jams him, pops it up to Mazeroski in short right field for out number 1.
Now back, second baseman.
Next up, Chris Ramos, 0 for 2, 2 flyouts. My created player. Oh, couldn't hold back. Went too far. That's strike 1. Chased the pitch. Looks a little overmatched. Line drive foul. Count 0 and 2. Just gets a piece of that to stay alive. The count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. 4-3 Miami here in the bottom of the 5th. Out in front of the 12-6. Swing and a miss. He's 0 for 3 today, and there are 2 away. So with 2 down and bases empty, up steps Mike Trout, who has 2 RBIs today. He's got a sacrifice fly and an RBI ground out. So officially he's 0 for 1, but he's been productive. Jams him in on his hands, fouls it back to the screen, strike 1. Thank you for watching. I like to play. I like to do play-by-play. Pitch is low, count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't just do baseball. Mr. Rob, welcome to the live stream. Do I think grounded off the glove of the third baseman, picks it. Martinez fires, not in time. It's an infield single. Now, getting back to the question, scores table decides that it's a base hit. Here's the replay. Do I think there will be a season 4 in a show called The Orville, which is a science fiction show made by Seth MacFarlane? It's on Hulu, and I think, what's the other channel it's on? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm a big fan of The Orville, and I absolutely do think that there will be a season 4. I can't wait. I think they're probably going to up the antes with the special effects and CGI. Probably taking their time with it, but I'm looking forward to it. So up next, 2 outs, runner at first. Mike Schmidt is 1 for 2. Steps up. And he's a little late on the fastball, slicing out of play for strike 1. This season so far in April, Mike Schmidt is 7 for 19. That's a 368 clip. This is game number 5 on the regular season. Oh, he throws it away, but the ricochet keeps it within range and prevents him from getting second base on that errant throw. And he fouls it back. 2 strikes on Schmidt. Count is 0-2. Again, runner leads off first. Quick throw to first is back. 4-3 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th. Line drive past the first baseman and into right field. It is another 2-out single for the Miami Marlins. So they'll have runners at first and second. Next up, Mark McGwire. We all know about his power. Today he is 0 for 2. Can he get a big hit with 2 outs? And that ball is in on his hands, shallow left. There is the left fielder to retire the side. However, ladies and gentlemen, it is an official ball game. 5 innings complete. Miami leads by 1. It is 4-3, and this is MLB The Show 23. Oh yeah. So we go to the top of the 6th. Taylor Ward had a double in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 2. I think no matter what happens, Percules Jones, we're going to go to the manager's office and the bullpen. And we're going to get a right-hander warming in the bullpen. Let's warm him up. Do we have any left-hander? Only left-hander in the bullpen is Lefty Grove. At some point in the future, I'm going to do something about that. I need a lefty in the bullpen, but for now, we're going to have him warm up, go back to the game. And if he gets into any trouble at all, he's coming out. Deep fly ball down the left field line, but out of play for strike 1. This will be his final inning of play. He is the pitcher of record, and he should stand to get a victory if the score stays the way it is. Outside corner, strike 2. Count is no balls and 2 strikes to Ward. Oh, it hit him on the shoulder. Oh, leadoff. Oh, Ward does not look happy. Nevertheless, the leadoff man gets on in a 1-run ball game. That's certainly not the recipe for success. Next up is Alejandro Kirk, who's 1 for 2. Pops him up, charging is Mark McGwire. Foul territory, makes the play, 1 away. Nice rebound pitch after the hit batsman. Next up, Bill Mazeroski, 0 for 2. Struck out, lined out. Manager tip, alert, pitcher getting tired. I am aware of it, but I'm going to try to squeeze out just a little bit more. And that's a base hit, and you know what? I think we're going to maybe we're going to pull him, I think. Because 2 on, 1 out, 1-run lead. Why ruin his rookie debut in the major leagues? Doesn't make any sense. So let's go. First thing we're going to do is go to the manager's office and make a mound visit to give that reliever a little bit more time. As you can see, Percules Jones, my created starting pitcher, a lot of confidence but no energy. Let's go to the bullpen. We're going to put in Jose Cisnero. Ha-ha. Ready and waiting, put him in the game. Pitching coach comes, check that. The manager comes out, signals for the right-hander. In relief. 3rd game on the season, on the campaign. His record is 1-0, and in 2 innings, he has not given up an earned run yet. Let's hope that positive streak continues. Sinking fastball, inside, ball 1. Suzuki is 1 for 2. He has a 2-run single in his last at-bat. Out in front of the circle change, swing and a miss. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Suzuki's hitting .333 in the young season with runners in scoring position. Swing and a miss past the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Count is 1-2. Just gets a piece to stay alive. We are in the top of the 6th inning, 2 on, 1 out. Miami has a 1-run lead. It's 4-3. Just misses inside. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Out of his crouch, charges, throws. He pulls him off the bag and the bases are loaded. Pulls him off the bag. Scores decision is a base hit. I mean, I think the scores table is being very generous. Gets out of his crouch well enough, but then just an errant throw off balance. Bases loaded in a 1-run contest here in the top of the 6th inning. Up steps the legendary Jackie Robinson, who today is 0 for 2. So now we need a strikeout or a double play. Down and in, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. High and tight, 2-1. Nowhere to put him. He's got to throw strikes. Nowhere to put him. Looked like ball 3, called a strike, count evens 2-2, and Jackie can't believe it. The whole stadium are on their feet here in this tense situation here in the top of the 6th inning, pardon me. Pops it up, out of play. Count remains 2-2. Again, bases are loaded. Miami leads by 1. Tying run and the go-ahead runner in scoring position. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runners will the runners be off with the pitch with 1 out? That's an interesting decision. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. There were 2 away, and Jackie Robinson fails to get the runner home from third with less than 2 outs. He geared up and let it fly. Here's the replay. Right down the middle. It said, hit it, catch me if you can. And he could not. So, next up, Buck O'Neil, who's 0 for 3. Bases are still loaded, and there are 2 outs in a 4-3 contest. Did he check it? No, he did not, according to the first base umpire. My goodness, I thought he checked it. Nevertheless, the count is 0-1 on O'Neil. Grounded, steps on the bag to retire the side. Whew. Tense situation, but we go to the bottom of the 6th. Toscar Hernandez leads off. It's Miami leading 4-3. In relief for Chris Bassett is Mitch White, making his 2nd appearance of the season. Pitched an inning in 2/3, scoreless. Leading off for Miami is Toscar Hernandez, 0 for 2, 4 for 18 on the season. Fastball outside ball 1, 94 on the radar gun. 2 pitchers warming in the Twins bullpen, Tejay Antoine and Darwinzon Hernandez, the left-handed pitcher. Darwinzon. That's a hard line drive, but foul. Count is 1-1. Hard line drive, base hit through the left side. And that's a leadoff single for Hernandez. Heard the crack of the bat? That was exciting. Clock, knock. I don't remember the crack of the bat being that loud on the previous version of this game. Sounded good. Next up, Mike Napoli, who's 1 for 2. Runner leads off first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's a bloop. Charging is a center fielder. He will not make it there. And it'll be runners at first and second and nobody out as the Miami Marlins threaten here in the bottom of the 6th. Yes. Yes. In on his hands. Just a bloop. Just a bloop by Mike Napoli. Next up, Luke Voigt, 1 for 2. He has home run power.
That's a ball.
Knuckle curve inside and low, ball 1. Luke had a solo homer to the opposite field in the 4th inning. His first homer of the campaign. Can he do it again? Slow bouncer, too short, over to second for 1, back to first, a double play. So they get the double play, runner moves to third, but they'll obviously make the exchange. It was basically a tailor-made 6-4-3 double play over to Bill Mazeroski and then over to, I believe, Buck O'Neill at first base. So Nick Fortes, who's 1 for 2 today, needs a hit to get the insurance run home from third base. Let's see what happens. Hello, EBG Nolan. Welcome to the live stream. I am the Ancient Gamer. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you finding me. Thank you so much. I do play-by-play, and this is MLB The Show 23. In the dirt, bounces, but blocked nicely by the catcher. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, my goodness. Tries to steal home. Maybe a sign was missed. Perhaps a sign was missed. Was that suicide squeeze? Nevertheless, end of 6 innings of play here in Florida. It's Miami Marlins leading 4-3. Sounds cool. I got the pre-order as well. Well, thank you for taking the time to watch my live stream. Considering you have the pre-order, you should be playing it. But I appreciate the fact that you're here. Okay, Jose Cisnero is out there for a 2nd inning of relief work. It is the top of the 7th inning. 4-3 Miami, and let's see how he does. Outside corner, strike 1, 94 on the radar gun. The manager is going to go to the bullpen. He's going to warm up Diego Castillo. Chris Martin. You know what? Chris Martin is to warm up. Let's warm up Chris Martin in case Cisnero gets into trouble. It's a school night and it's 1:30 a.m. It is pretty late. This is true. Outside corner, strike 2. Count to Edgar Martinez is no balls, 2 strikes. I remember as a kid watching Edgar Martinez torture the New York Yankees and even Mariano Rivera, who he basically owned. Oh, that ball is high and deep. Napoli goes back, racing to the warning track, makes an over-the-shoulder catch in front of the warning track, crashes into the wall, but holds on to it for the out. What a play. Show us the replay. Come on. How dare they? Guys in the truck drop the ball. You got to show that replay. So 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Jim Edmonds is 1 for 3 with a single in the 5th. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is a 1-out single for Edmonds. And he is the tying run at first. Next up, George Springer. What do you think about this MLB The Show? I have been playing this game since MLB 16. So far, so good. I'm liking it. I'll be honest with you, there doesn't seem to be that many changes from last year. Pitches in there at the knees for strike 1. I've been playing it for a long time as well. I would say probably one of my favorite versions was the one that had, I can't remember who was on the cover, but it's MLB The Show 20 is probably my favorite version. But so far, so good. I'm liking it. Grounded 4. Oh, he throws it into left field for an error. Oh, tailor-made 4-6-3 double play, and Chris Ramos is making a Javi was on the cover. Error, second error of the game for Chris Ramos at second. He's a shortstop by trade. He's playing second base because Derek Jeter is a shortstop, and he just throws it, airmails it into left field. And instead of it being 2 outs, or check that, I apologize, instead of it being inning over. Well, good night, Mr. Nolan. Thank you so much. Have a good day at school tomorrow. Instead of it being an inning-ending double play, oh my goodness, this is turning messy. tie ball game. Tie ball game, and the win goes by the wayside for Percules Jones, as he will get a no decision here in his first start of his career, thanks to a leaky faucet defense. Manager will go to the mound to do a mound visit, and then we're going to go get Chris Martin, put him in the game. Chris Martin comes in relief. Last year he was 4-1 with a 3.05 earned run average over 56 innings. So runners at first and second, tie ball game here in the top of the 7th inning. Fastball low, ball 1. 1 for 3 with a single today. Have I watched anything good lately, Mr. Rob wants to know. It's a good question. I'm watching a show called Peaky Blinders. It's on Netflix. It is a British show about mobsters in England in the early 20th century. In there for strike 1, count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's called Peaky Blinders, and it is really good. I just started it. No spoilers for those of you that may have watched it. There's 6 seasons. I think the show started and ended. Foul ball, right side. Count is 1 and 2 to Kirk. I would suggest that show to anybody. What a great first season so far. Pops it up. First base side, out of play. Count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. We have a tie ball game here in the top of the 7th, thanks to defense that's been leaky like a sieve. Line drive, caught by Hernandez for the second out. Runners do not advance. Next up, Bill Mazeroski. It's 1 for 3 with a single in the 6th, his last at-bat, previous at-bat. Ground ball inside the first base bag and down the left field line. Check that right field line. Rounding third and heading home is the go-ahead run, and the Minnesota Twins will take a 5-4 advantage here in the top of the 7th. Oh, goodness gracious me. Inside the bag. Oh. I'm just waiting for the new seasons of Medical Saw, The Drop on Netflix. Better Call Saul. Good show. It's another good show. The spin-off show from Breaking Bad. Absolutely. There's a really good show with there's a really good movie called Nobody with the actor from Better Call Saul. I don't remember his name, but he's really good. Cut fastball low, ball 1. Minnesota takes a 5-4 lead. Runners at first and third with 2 away. Suzuki's 2 for 3 today with 2 RBIs. Chris Martin has to hold this game within reach. Fouls it up the third base line. Foul ball. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. So far in April, Sia Suzuki is hitting 500 with runners in scoring position. And he fouls it into the camera well. I like the fact that there are camera people on the cameras in the camera well. That has been bothering me for years. You'll hit a foul ball into the camera well in MLB The Show, and there'll be 2 cameras there and no camera operators. And this is the first time I'm actually seeing camera operators on the cameras. I love it. I know that seems insignificant, but it matters to me. Check the swing. Nevertheless, umpire says he went too far. Side retired. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Miami Marlins trail 5-4. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. The number 9 hitter, Nick Fortes, is 1 for 2 with a single. Steps up. Inside, ball 1. Time to focus. It's money time. Foul tip into the glove on the slider. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Slider, backdoor slider, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nice pitch, nasty. Swinging to miss the high fastball, 95 on the radar gun, and Nick is retired 1 away. Hopefully this summer C3 will worry no more delays and confirm games. Hopefully C3. I'm not sure which game you're referring to, Mr. Rob. I'm not 100% certain. Lineup turns over for the Miami Marlins. Derek Jeter's 2 for 3. Steps in. Needs to get on base. Fastball right on the corner for strike one. Nasty pitch. So far this season, Derek Jeter is 10 for 19. That's a 526 clip. He came out of the spring training gate hot as heck. E3. It makes more sense. Ground ball. Knocks it down with his body. Long throw in time. Gorgeous play by Edgar Martinez for out number 2. They should show us a replay of that. Used his body to knock it down. Hard ground ball. Picks it up, fires a dart over to first base for out number 2. Nice. Next up, Chris Ramos, who's the GOAT today. And when I say GOAT, I don't mean greatest of all time. I mean the one with the horns. Line drive, base hit, and that is probably the first base hit of Chris Ramos' major league career. It's a 2-out single here in the bottom of the 7th. Exactly. They need to save that baseball for that young man. So runner at first, 2 down. Up steps Mike Trout, who's 1 for 2. And that's a line drive. Over the shoulder catch to retire the side. So the end is 7. It's a 5-4 lead for the Minnesota Twins. This is MLB The Show 23. Sloppy game today on defense for the Miami Marlins. Jackie Robinson 0 for 3, struck out in his last at-bat. Chris Martin is still out there in his second inning of relief work. Fastball misses outside, ball 1. Attendance here in Miami, 18,054 in attendance. Certainly not a sellout. But in Miami, baseball is not the most important thing going on. Looked like a flat breaking ball high in the zone, but he took it for a strike. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball to Schmidt over to first. Routine play for out number 1 here in the top of the 8th inning.
The first base is number 22.
Buck O'Neil is 0 for 4. I wonder what team Buck O'Neil played for. I honestly don't remember. I don't know.
Ball, that's out.
Martin throws outside, ball 1. Minnesota leads 5-4 here in the 8th inning. Those of you that stuck around for the duration, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ties him up in knots inside. Swing and a miss. Count as 1 ball, 1 strike. Are you going to play the new Star Wars game coming out next month? Probably not. The science fiction game that I'm looking forward to, Mr. Rob, in all honesty, is it's something called Starfield. And I'm probably going to get it for PC because it's an Xbox exclusive. It's supposed to come out in September. Bunt for a base hit, foul, count as 1 and 2. It's a good idea by Buck O'Neil, but he couldn't keep it fair. So 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Just gets a piece of the sinking fastball to stay alive. Starfield is the game that I'm looking to play. It comes out in September. It's an Xbox exclusive. I'm a PlayStation guy, so I'm probably going to have to get it for the PC. Charging is Napoli in left, makes the running catch for the second out. 2 down, bases empty here in the 8th for Edgar Martinez, who had a double in the 3rd. He is 1 for 4 today. 300 hitter in his career. Swing and a miss, the cut fastball, strike 1. And that's a line drive foul. Almost killed the first base coach. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Martinez. And he floats it towards the right fielder. Charging, makes the catch. Hernandez does to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 5-4 lead for Minnesota. I am the Ancient Gamer. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. In relief, Craig Kimbrell, who last year was 6-7 with a 3.75 earned run average. He's probably a middle reliever now, but there was a point in his career when he was a lights-out closer for the Boston Red Sox. He will face Mike Schmidt with home run power. One swing of the bat could tie this game. 2 for 3 with 2 singles today. Let's see what happens. Behind on the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Gosh darn it. Just blew it past him. Couldn't catch up. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Again, the heater. High in the zone. 2 swings, 2 strikes. I wish Star Trek released more games too. I'm a Star Trek fan myself, Mr. Rob. Fastball misses. Triple digits on the radar gun. That pitch was clocked at 100 miles an hour from Craig Kimbrell. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mike Schmidt. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Goes down swinging and there's 1 away. Oof. My goodness. Goodness gracious. Cranked it up. Next up, Mark McGwire. Misses completely. Ball goes to the backstop. Mark is 0 for 3, and the count to him is 1 ball and no strikes. As said previously, in 1998, Mark McGwire had 70 home runs. Fouls off the fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Minnesota leads 5-4 here in the bottom of the 8th. We are in Miami. This is game number 5 of the regular season. Inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. So far, the Minnesota Twins are winless. If they hold on and win, this would be their first win of this fictional franchise season. Just got a piece of that to stay alive. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Face-wise, it looks like Mark McGwire. I don't like the batting stance. I don't think that Mark McGwire had that batting stance. Go back and look at the tape. Misses completely. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes on deck. Toscar Hernandez. Here comes the full count pitch from Kimbrell. Out in front of the knuckle curve. Swing and a miss. He strikes out 2 batters in a row. There are 2 away. Got fooled by the breaking ball. Was looking for that heater. Got fooled by the breaking ball. 2 down. Toscar is up. He is 1 for 3 today. Fouls off the fastball for strike 1. Curveball misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls off the fastball. Chase the pitch. Count is 1 and 2. Rolls it over to the third baseman. Long throw in time to retire the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Craig Kimbrell. We will go to the top of the 9th. Minnesota Twins lead 5-4. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you all. Thank you for watching. So we go to the top of the 9th. The Twins look to add insurance to their lead. Jim Edmonds is 2 for 4. Fastball is low. What is the most bizarre show that you found on Netflix? The most bizarre show that I found on Netflix is a show called Cabinets and Curiosities. It's basically an anthology horror show by that director who directed Pan's Labyrinth and in that Shape of Water movie that won the Oscar award. Anyway, before we go any further, let's go to the manager's office and the bullpen. And let's warm up Devin Williams, just in case things get out of hand. We need to keep this a 1-run ball game as we go to the bottom of the 9th. We can't let any runs slip through. Cutter just misses under his hands. 2 balls and no strikes. They cannot afford to walk the leadoff man. But here we are, 3-0 count. Will he have the green light on 3-0? On deck, Jim Edmonds. Check the swing. Poured it in there, 96. Still a hitter's count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Deep butt foul. And the count will go full. We were at 3-0. Now we are at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fouls it down the left field line, out of play. Count remains full. Grounded to Schmidt. Over to first in time for out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. Hi, I just subscribed. Thank you, Joey Hall. I really appreciate it. For those of you that are new to my channel, I am the Ancient Gamer. I play. As you can see, I'm waving the controller. I have the controller in my hand. I also do play-by-play. I turn off the canned play-by-play because we're all going to play the game ourselves and hear that over and over and over again. So I try to do my best. I'm going to get the MLB The Show on Tuesday. Well, listen, so far I'm enjoying it. Good for you. I hope you enjoy. This, for me, is a franchise. I'm one of those people that I will do Road to the Show on occasion. Sometimes I'll do Diamond Dynasty, but I'm just old school. I like to do a franchise. So this is basically the first game in the franchise. Miami Marlins is the team that was chosen for me. Fouls it off. Count was 0-2 on George Springer. There's 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Minnesota has a 5-4 lead. Hopefully, the Marlins can come back in the bottom of the 9th. That ball's deep. Napoli goes back, looking up, and that's gone, and they have an insurance run here in the top of the 9th. 6-4 ball game on George Springer's 2nd homer of the game and 3rd of the season. Oh, pain, the pain. Watch the replay. Bang. Oh, the pain. Hey, it happens. What are you going to do? So the manager is going to go to the bullpen, and he's going to put in Devin Williams. He's seen enough. Devin Williams will come in to make his 2nd appearance out of the bullpen. He's only pitched an inning in this season. And he fouls it, slicing, out of play for strike 1. Taylor Ward is 2 for 3 with a single, a double, and an RBI today. Oh, he went too far. Home plate umpire says you did not check your swing. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Just misses with the cutter on the outside edge. Count is 1-2. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count is in the dirt. Evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chases the cut fastball. Comes up empty. There are 2 away. Alejandro Kirk steps in there with 2 down and nobody on base. In there, strike 1. Bloop. Ramos charges. He will not make the catch. So it's a 2-out bloop base hit to right field and gets away, but no advance. Sloppy defense today for the Miami Marlins. Next up, Bill Mazeroski's 2 for 4. Fouls it back to the screen for strike 1. Just gets a piece, strike 2. Runner leads off first. 2-run lead for the Twins. Deep but foul. Count remains 0-2 on Mazeroski. And he stays alive. Fly ball. There is Napoli to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. They add a run thanks to second home run of the game from George Springer. It's a 6-4 lead. They need 2 to tie. Can they do it? This is MLB The Show 23. Gotta get my hitting shoes on. Let's do this. Let's come back on day one of the new game. Billy Wagner pitched for the Mets in the 1990s. He is lights out. Mike Napoli leads off. He has a home run today, so we can't. He's lefty, a righty against a left-handed closer. He's staying in. He throws heat. Grounded, foul, strike one. They need a base runner, the proverbial bloop and a blast. So Napoli needs to get on here in the bottom of the ninth. Swing and a miss, 99 on the radar gun. And they're quickly 2 strikes on Napoli. Here comes the 0-2. Just got a piece to stay alive. Chases a pitch way out of the zone. And there's one out here in the bottom of the ninth. Oh, God. Next up, Luke Voit, another powerful right-handed hitter. Had a solo homer in the 4th. Again, he needs to get on base, needs to show some patience. Out in front of the slider, swing and a miss. Strike one. Chases a 2-seamer out of the zone. He is flailing up there like an infant. 0-2 count. Come on, Voit. Let's do this. Chases it, ties him up in knots, screws him into the ground like he's the head of a screw with a screwdriver. There are 2 down, and the Miami Marlins are down to their final out of this ball game. Representing the final out is Nick Fortes, but hold on a second. The manager is going to go for substitution. Nick Fortes is the catcher. Chris Taylor, Greg Vaughn. You know what? We're going to have Greg Vaughn come in, and Christian Betancourt will be substitution. Do you want Greg Vaughn to pinch hit for Nick Fortes? Yes, I do. Greg Vaughn, 1998 Silver Slugger Award winner. And also, manager will go to the bullpen. In the event that they tie the game, we want the closer to pitch the top of the 10th. So we're going to warm up. Lefty Grove is going to be scheduled to come in the game. Might not be necessary, but let's see what happens. 2 outs in the ninth. The Miami Marlins are down to their final out. And it's a shallow fly ball. This should do it. He makes the catch to retire the side. Minnesota wins 6-4. So this is a presentation of MLB The Show 23. I am the Ancient Gamer. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please come back again. If you're not into baseball, I also play Fortnite occasionally, and when new games come out every once in a while, I surprise my subscribers. Baseball is big on my plate, though. I absolutely love MLB The Show, and this year is no exception. So let's look at the score keep. Player of the game, George Springer with 2 homers. The win goes to Mitch White. The loss, Jose Cisnero. Miami notables, Mike Napoli hit a home run. Luke Voit hit a home run. Derek Jeter was 2 for 4. So again, this was a presentation of MLB The Show. Minnesota, 6 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Miami Marlins, 4 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. Thank you so much, and I will see you again very, very soon. Come back for some more MLB The Show. Ha 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 ha.